Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to today's video, which is titled 10 Cursed Movies and Haunted Movie Sets. Today's list is in no particular order, and if you are brand new to my channel, then please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you are notified every time that I upload. And without further ado, let's begin. Number 10, The Exorcist. This movie is one of the most common movies to be cursed. This movie saw tragedy, made the national news, and even affected the people who watched it. When the theatres showed the picture, the audience were affected and experienced fainting and vomiting during its showing, and shortly afterwards it was pulled from theatres deemed to be too disturbing for audiences. But that's not the end of the story. The movie had captured the attention from national news when a church across the street from the theatre got struck by lightning, causing the cross on top of the church to disturbingly fall on the ground. Shortly after the filming for The Exorcist was complete, actor Jack McGowran and Burke Dennings had mysteriously got the flu. There were 8 other deaths in connection to production, and the set for the McNeil home had burned down in a studio fire, but mysteriously, Linda Blair's room was the only one untouched by the blaze. Number 9, Poltergeist. Sadly, this movie saw its fair share of real-life tragedies, involving the deaths of stars Heather O'Rourke, who played the main role of the little girl Carol Ann, who sadly passed away to a medical misdiagnosis, and Dominique Dunne, who played the role of the older sister, tragically murdered by her boyfriend. A lot of people believe the movie is cursed because they used real-life human skeletons instead of plastic ones, because the plastic props were too expensive to make. Number 8, The Omen. The set of this movie experienced a lot of real-life deaths and accidents. Some, to name a few, one of the actors and producers were on separate planes, and both planes were struck by lightning. A member of the cast had lost his son tragically to suicide as well before filming. The producer was staying in a hotel that was bombed by the IRA, and later on the IRA then bombed a restaurant where some of the cast were eating. A plane that was filmed for a scene crashed, taking the lives of everyone on board. And finally, the most spookiest of accidents to happen was to the designer, who had a head-on collision that took the life of his assistant. Near to where the crash had happened, there was a sign that read Omen, 66.6 kilometers. Number 7, Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby had seen a disturbing amount of horror to those who worked on set. The film's composer had an accidental fall and had died as a result. William Wolfcastle had gallstones shortly after filming had wrapped, which required surgery. But most tragically of all, Roman Polanski's wife Sharon Tate had been brutally murdered by the Manson family. She was 8 months pregnant with their first child. Number 6, The Crow. The Crow was a martial arts movie that starred Brandon Lee, the son of Bruce Lee. One of the final scenes to be filmed involved Brandon Lee being shot with a rubber bullet. However, there was a shard of metal stuck down the chamber, and when the gun was fired, the bullet hit Brandon in the abdomen, killing him. He was 28 years old. There was a superstition said to surround the Lee family. Bruce had premonitions, and one of those premonitions was that Bruce would only live half the life of his father. Bruce Lee's father was 64 when he died, and Bruce was 32 when he died. Brandon Lee himself had admitted that he believed there was a curse on the family, which he believed he would die at an early age. Number 5. The Amityville Horror. A lot of people are aware that this film is based upon actual events, which led to Ronald DeFeo shooting and killing all of his family members. But there was something quite eerie that happened to the cast and crew of this movie. It is said that a dead body washed up on the shore near the set where filming took place, and before filming, the cast and crew were very unsettled and shaken up, but filming would continue. In the days that would follow, the lead actor and crew felt uneasy because they found themselves waking up at 3:15 a.m. each morning. Coincidentally, this was the same time Ronald DeFeo shot and killed his family. Number 4. Annabelle. During the shooting of this movie, the crew noticed marks on the window in the areas that hadn't been cleaned in years. They noticed they were claw-like and had 3 fingers, just like the demon had in the movie. One of the actors had a serious head injury in a hallway, but the strange thing was, this would be the same hallway used to shoot his death scene. Number 3. Ghost of Goodnight Lane. While filming commenced, the crew noticed there was a lot of apparitions appearing. One of the crew members reported being assaulted by a ghostly figure. The filming was constantly disrupted by flickering lights, falling equipment, and ghostly voices. Some of the crew and one other actor heard faint voices calling out their names. Number 2. Insidious. It's not surprising that this movie would see incidents happen throughout production, but the crew would complain about feeling sick, uneasy, and uncomfortable when around the hospital set. There were reports of buzzers going off in one of the rooms of the 2nd or 3rd floor. When the rooms were checked, no one was anywhere to be seen. None of the cast or crew had an explanation for these happenings. Number 1. The Innkeepers. When filming the set of The Innkeepers, members of the crew would feel constantly uncomfortable. According to the director, the TVs would power on and off by themselves with no explanation, and the crew would complain of having vivid and vague dreams while shooting at the Yankee Peddler Inn, which is a haunted hotel. The director also claims the lead actress believed a spirit was sharing her room. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you everybody so much for watching. And I just want to take this moment to say thank you to everybody who's embracing the changes of my channel dynamic. It means the world to me, and everybody who has subscribed and everybody who has liked my videos and followed me from the beginning. Thank you so much. And we'll end it as we always do. Bright blessings, blessed be, and where you can be anything at all, then please be kind, because being kind is the most beautiful person that you can be. Take care, namaste, and good night.